worth every penny. No? Every single penny. He said, yeah, it's true, absolutely. I do believe very firmly in ITAM, and I would not discount the possibility that I will come back here and teach again, because I would consider it a privilege to teach here again, particularly if the Wilson Centre fires me. Just keep that door there. You can keep my nameplate, Gabby, if you can just put that into a drawer for 3 years' time, whatever. It doesn't have to be the same office, the one where the janitor keeps his brooms, that one's fine for me. I'd like to say thank you to Raphael for hiring me, to Raphael for guiding me through the early years of being here. Raphael's absolutely right. We bumped heads on a number of occasions on small issues and big issues. But the fact is that I admire Raphael incredibly for his professional dedication. Raphael has always worked like nobody else that I've ever met. I mean, the guy is a machine, 24 hours a day, all over the world, crossing over between policy and academia, going into government, making a contribution in the way that he thinks is best for the country. And I think we have to admire that. And I say that in many ways, that's what led me to go down this particular path, was the idea that there was more that you could do with academia, with international relations, than simply teaching realism and idealism and Grotian thought. I thought, there's got to be something else that we can do here, and having policy relevance, I think, is something which is incredible, and I saw that first with Raphael. I want to thank all of my colleagues, people like Michael Layton, like Laura Rubio, like Hazel, of course, Kogo, great speech by Kogo, I have to say. All of the many people who have been here with me all these years. Saki, of course, who arrived 6 months after I did, but had actually been hired before I was. And I don't know if you know this story, but a few weeks after I had come to ITAM, I had to go back to Canada to defend my PhD thesis. And I met up with Saki there. And Saki said, so how is it there? And I told him all kinds of horror stories about Mexico. I said... I'm still here! And I told him... 16 years! But when he arrived, he was terrified. He used to sit... I hope you don't mind me telling the story, Saki. But whenever he got into a taxi cab, he would sit behind the driver with his hand like this. Sure that he was going to be kidnapped, and that was entirely my fault. Because I told him, it's a dangerous place, man. I remember that. I've had wonderful colleagues over the years, and it's meant an incredible amount to me to work here. But I will always remember, I have to say, you guys. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It means the world to me. I promised I wasn't going to cry, so I'm not going to do it. But really, I'm going to miss being in class. I'm going to miss being in my office and having you in there. Even when I know that moment when you come in, I go, yes! And then you say, it's me. It's like, okay, fine, come in. I'm going to miss those days when we struggle over a thesis together, and it seems like there's no way to get through it, and then the light bulb goes on and we find a way through. I love that. When I was a student, I remember, the moment when everything clicks in your head is a great moment. It's one of the great feelings in life when you say, oh my God, I get it. And you understand the eureka moment, don't you? You understand, it's like, oh, that's how it all fits together. And then the professor says, no, you're completely wrong. Those moments are really highlights of your life. And having that moment with a student is always a great moment. So I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss the community of ITAM. It's been great to walk around these halls, to look down at everybody, and to see people looking up at me, but to see smiling faces wherever I go. People smile at me, and I always think, well, is it? You always check first of all, right? If somebody laughs when you didn't think, it's like, make sure the fly is up. But people always smile at you, and that's not something you find everywhere in the world. That's really not. As many of you will know, as you go out and you start work, people aren't always smiling. University is a great experience. ITAM is a great university. I feel incredibly lucky to have had this opportunity. Thank you so much. Good luck in everything. And please, 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 send me messages, send me emails, follow me on Twitter, send me messages on Twitter, whatever the hell we do these days. Keep into contact, because I'm going to miss you guys. Thank you.